Everybody actually has the bandwidth to make $100,000 in a year.
Can easily make you 5, 6, 7 figures per year.
Instead of feeling like I'm sitting constipated on the toilet all day long.
I really manifested every single thing that I said I was going to.
Hi if you're new here, hi if you're not. Today we're going to be reacting to Instagram Reels and TikToks submitted through the scam reaction content form, which is the linked in the description of every single one of my videos.
This is exactly what I would do if I wanted to have my biggest year ever in 2025 while experiencing ease. Number one, I would create natural content inspired by my day-to-day life instead of feeling like I'm sitting constipated on the toilet all day long, trying to just figure out something to say, think of something from the abyss that's going to get you to buy.
Okay, this came up on stream the other day, and I always find this type of advice to be super interesting. The concept of like,
become your niche, post whatever you want, post what's of interest, that's going to draw people in.
I think the reality is, especially for the majority of beginners, whether you're a coach or you're just any kind of business owner, I think for 99% of people coming from someone who works in content marketing full time, I don't think that the majority of people are going to be successful just posting whatever they feel like. I do think that even in this day and age of 2025, specifically if you're trying to build a business, a service-based business at that, you do want to become an authority in a particular space. And so you posting the fact that you drank a latte this morning, or you went to a Pilates class, or that you're having a sandwich for lunch, none of those things are things that the majority of people who don't know you are going to care about. I do think there is a time and place in your content strategy to share those relatable things. Share the fact that you have a cute little dog. Share the fact that you spend 6 hours every day playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. Those are all relatable things that can come into your content strategy. However, that comes once you've been known in a space and people feel like they know you and they see you as an authority in a particular niche. I think that when we're telling beginners to just
post whatever feels good,
that's when we're setting them up for failure, because they're going to be creating content that they enjoy, but that no one really gives a crap about. So don't like that advice. I think it's coming from the position of someone who has been in the industry a really long time. I remember this particular coach up and coming back in 2018 when I was getting started. So she has at least a 7-year head start on whoever it is she's giving this advice to. So just keep that in mind as we listen to the rest of the video.
Number two, I would actually go into the new year with offers that have no resistance. Low resistant offers and price points. Your business doesn't have to feel like an uphill battle all the goddamn time.
Okay, but what does that mean? What does a low resistance offer mean? Again, if I haven't built myself as an authority in a particular niche, even if I'm selling something for as low as $7, $9, less than $20, getting people to give me even that amount of money is going to be a struggle if they don't trust me as someone who can deliver on whatever the promise is. Again, making the assumption that we've already laid a foundation that she hasn't even talked about yet.
Number three, I would actually go into the new year at the pace you want to sustain. I made $700,000 this year writing about 3 posts per week. It doesn't have to be hard.
It doesn't have to be hard when you've already been building your business for 7, 8, 9 years. Again, it's like, why are we giving beginners advice from the position of not actually being a beginner? And yes, I understand. I could teach you watching this video how to start a business, but the advice that I would give you wouldn't be what I do in my business now, because I've been in business for over 7 years, and what is working for me now would absolutely not have worked for me 7 years ago or even 2 years ago, let alone right now. And if you own a business, I would love for you to chime in the comments here, but I would again argue that 99% of people who are starting a business, especially in those first 1, 2, even up to 5 years, it is a grind. It is very rare that it actually just like becomes so easy and we get to set our own pace. I can't just wake up tomorrow and be like,
I'm gonna make $200,000 this year and only work 5 hours a week.
Unless I had already had multiple years where I was working 40, 60, 80 hours a week, building the foundation to then allow me that freedom. It's not as easy as just opening a business and deciding you don't really feel like working. But they really want to sell you on this idea that it is, that business is easy if you just let it be so. And the reality is, again, this is my anecdotal experience, conversations I've had with friends. So if you've had a different experience, please let us know. What is your business? I want to know what business I can start tomorrow and not have to work very hard. I hate this oversimplification because it's so easy to fall prey to and to think,
wow, that sounds amazing. I want to learn how to do that.
but the reality is, in practice, it's super unrealistic. So let's go ahead and dive into the caption. It reads, "Do not hit the ground running January 1st. Instead, do this challenge with me and my highest level clients. The Low Resistance Quantum Leap Challenge." Can we stop using terms like quantum leap when we have probably never even taken a high school physics class? Let's be so for real right now. Where we honor the divinity within us, which includes releasing all things we A, don't want to do but have been told we need to do, B, have been trying to get behind for months or even years. Maybe you just don't have to, and not everything is a mindset issue. Taking our path of least resistance the whole way to our next million. Because maybe business doesn't have to feel like an uphill battle when you're scrambly in your head and fighting yourself all the time. Okay, I want to know whether or not these people have ever heard of a copywriter, because some of these captions make it so hard for me to understand what they're trying to say. Moving at a pace and following our custom flows that work for us. I mean, there's a reason I don't do 75 hard. And as a mom of 3 littles, 4 years and under, currently writing this post at our kids' table at our local play place, I'm not taking that approach in business either. Come join us in my program. 4 weeks together in January of my frequency-based business approach, plus Q&A threads every week. The only New Year program designed for your low resistance quantum leap in 2025. Again, we're just saying words that don't make sense in this context. Have a business approach that's never been done before, makes you feel like a total genius, and feels like home to implement. Comment blah 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 blah, and I will give you the link to my program. I mean, I've already said this, but I'm just going to repeat myself. Telling people that they can have $1 million business, I think she said, with ease and flow, aka never really having to work that hard, is incredibly misleading. It's gross, and it's just a lie, because actual entrepreneurship, again, in the majority of cases, takes real hard work. Not to mention that success in business also isn't just about aligning your energy so much as having an actual strategy and understanding market demand, supply, and how we can, find that product market fit to offer a product or service that people actually want to pay for. I really just think that this is a clear example of like flow-based marketing, we'll call it, where these coaches want to sell their coaching as the missing piece. So if you have this business and you're feeling all this resistance and it's so hard for you to create content, it's not because you don't have a content strategy. It's because you just haven't hired me as your coach to peel back the secret and show you this formula that I've created behind my paywall to help you eventually find success. Because newsflash, hello, you're going to pay her your money and you're probably still not going to be successful because that's not the missing piece. Again, repeat it after me. We've said this 1,000 times already, but if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Oh my God, I've been recording for only 10 minutes and I'm already pissed off, so this is great. Okay, next video is a TikTok. It's titled "The Side Hustle That Made Me a Multi-Millionaire."
What is the safest side hustle for girlies? I have some debt I want to pay off.
So this is a side hustle you can do completely from home, but you can also do it from anywhere you are in the world. It actually allowed me to be a digital nomad for like 2 years. You can also keep it as strictly a side hustle, or if you want it to become your full-time job, it can be. It actually turned me into a multi-millionaire in a couple of years. You also don't have to learn any new skills or have a huge audience online or a bunch of money to invest or pay for ads. So now I'll get into what it actually is. So I want you to think about the number one thing that your friends or family members come and ask you for help with. So for example, my husband is an expert at iPhones, so people are always kind of treating him like Apple support and asking him questions about how to use their phone. And I truly believe that everybody has some area of expertise like this. Even if you don't have credentials in this area and it's just like self-taught knowledge, teaching people how to achieve the specific result they are looking for in a cheaper, easier, faster way than they could do on their own can easily make you 5, 6, 7 figures per year. Bunch of resources in my bio on how to do it.
Okay, so this woman sells courses on how to get rich selling courses. And I find some of what she says to be a little bit contradictory. The idea that you can make 5, 6, 7 figures, whatever she said at the end there, without having a massive audience is simply not true, because the math just doesn't math on that. If I'm selling an online course, I know her course I think is like $2,000 or $3,000, but let's just say I'm selling an online course for $100 or whatever. We'll say $1,000. Even if I wanted to make 6 figures a year, selling a $1,000 course, that would mean I'd have to sell 100 of those $1,000 courses, which would mean I would need an audience large enough that 100 people would buy from me, which, typical audience conversion, let's say it's around 5%. That would mean I would need at least 2,000 people in my warm audience, aka audience of people that I would actually consider ever buying from me. And I don't know about you guys, but 2,000 is a pretty big number. That's a lot of people, especially people that are actually interested in you. So that's my first issue. Second issue is I would like to start a petition to ask people to stop turning every single thing that they've ever done or know about into an online course. I think I get particularly sick of this in the UGC space. And I know I have a whole video talking about UGC coaching specifically, but I see so many creators, and sorry, for a little bit of context, I make the majority of my income through UGC, which is user generated content. Basically, brands hire me to create their vertical video ads that they can use on LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, etc. Different from sponsored content. I'm basically just an internet actor who records silly little videos on my phone. I see so many UGC creators, peers of mine, falling into this trap where they become a UGC creator, they start to make a consistent income, and immediately they release their online course, they become a UGC coach, and they start teaching other people how they can also become UGC creators, which is great. You want to teach other people how to do what you do, whatever. But not absolutely everyone who does anything needs to turn it into an online course. It's like the YouTubers that make courses on how to have a YouTube channel and the personal trainers that sell courses on how to become a personal trainer. Can we all just actually do our jobs and stop trying to recruit other people to also do the same job as us? I just don't understand the mentality of having to teach everyone to do exactly what we do just because we did it. What am I missing? Somebody tell me what I'm missing, because every time I see another fill in the blank coach, I'm just like, why? Why do we need another coach to teach us how to do this? There's so much information available for free online. I genuinely think, in the words of Kim Kardashian,
it seems like nobody wants to work these days.
And so we all just want to get rich on selling other people on the idea that they could do the work so that we don't have to actually do the work ourselves. I don't think I've said it yet in this video, but I hate it here. Okay, next up we have another personal favorite of mine. It looks like perhaps it's going to be a manifestation video, one of my favorites. Believing in what you don't see yet is the best trait you can have to make $100,000 this year. Doesn't matter if you have zero experience in sales, marketing, business plans, recording video, writing, social media. Belief outweighs it all. Because when I started years ago, I had zero experience in all of the above, but I had the crazy belief that I could do it, especially when I saw others do it as well. Let this be your sign that 6 figures is yours this year. Claim it in the comments.
Everybody actually has the bandwidth to make $100,000 in a year. But to be honest, not many people will. And the reason why is because they lack one very important skill set that rich people have that you may not.
You want to know the skill set rich people have? I'm going to guess before she says it. They understand product market fit. They understand that in order to build a successful business, you actually have to sell something people want to buy. She's not going to say that, but that's the truth. That's the truth.
And this skill set is the belief in the unknown. They know they have a desire. They know they have a goal. They know they have a business plan, and that's all they need to go after it. They don't need proof. They don't need direction. They don't need approval from anything or anyone. They believe in the unknown.
Those of you that have watched a lot of my content, you know that I support this. I support this idea that believing in yourself is going to be one of the key factors that leads to your ability to actually be successful. You need to have belief that you are capable of achieving XYZ, insert your goal here, in order to be able to achieve that goal. However, belief alone is never going to be enough to help you accomplish whatever that goal is. And so trying to sell people on the idea that
all it takes to be rich and successful is to just believe in yourself. Buy my mindset program and I'll teach you unshakable belief.
It's a lie. It's not true. That's not how reality works. But let's listen to what else she has to say.
And believing in the unknown is basically believing in yourself. If you can actually believe that you can build a business on social media, you can actually believe that people are willing to pay you money to learn from you. You can actually believe that sales is something that you are so good at. $100,000 you can make in honestly 6 months. It's not about the time, it is about the belief that you actually have within yourself.
Okay, but what am I selling? Because here's the part that I've always struggled with, and this is like bringing me flashbacks to my initial business back in 2018, 2019, when I had my yoga studio and I worked with that coach who would essentially tell me this. She would tell me,
Write in your journal as if you're already successful and how it would feel to be successful, and that's how you're going to build this successful yoga/coaching business.
and so I would do that. I would get my journal out. I would write, you know, what my dream life was, how it felt, sit around visualizing all these amazing things that I was going to have happen. But then I didn't know what the execution was. I would sit there in the belief of like, oh, it would feel so good to be driving around in this car and living in this house and da, 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 da. But then I would literally sit there and not do anything because I just thought that that was all it took. I just had to sit and believe and then it would come true, which is delusional. Back to the initial point that I made in the first video that we reacted to. If you want to build a business, you got to get to work. You got to do stuff to build the thing. And so I can sit here and believe all day that I'm the best salesman and everyone loves me and everyone wants to buy from me. But if I don't execute and I don't have a strategy and I don't even know what the hell I'm selling, then where's the money going to come from? Who's going to pay me? That's what I want to know. What am I selling and who's going to pay me for it?
And if you're watching this video, this is your sign. Take this video as your sign and claim it in the comments that $100,000 is already in your bank account.
These people are selling air. They're selling just the dream and the belief that you can be successful because I was so successful just believing in myself. Believing what? Somebody tell me, what am I believing? Okay, this looks like another believe in yourself to be successful video. It's titled, You Are in a Toxic Relationship with Yourself, and it's the reason you don't have everything you want.
I'm going to say something that's going to blow your mind. You are in a toxic relationship with yourself because you know you deserve more, and the only person that can give it to you is you. You're saying that you want the life off your vision board and you want to build a big business and have a huge community and you want to change so many lives. And you're saying one thing, but then you're acting completely different. And what you're saying and how you're acting are not matching up. You are actually leading yourself on. You're telling yourself that you're going to have all these things and then you're not doing anything to make it happen. But don't worry, I want you to save this video because in 2025, we are cutting it out. I don't care if it's already the middle of January. We are starting now, and you are going to become the person that you say you are. And you are going to look back on 2025 and say, wow, I really manifested every single that I said I was going to. You are going to give yourself the commitment to yourself and your dreams that you deserve.
Okay, caption reads, we're leaving that in 2024, and in 2025, we're going to do everything we said we're going to do. Okay, I don't even really know what she said here. I guess she is backing me up on my last point that you can't just sit around and believe your way to success, you have to take action. But then she didn't really tell us how we're going to take action. All she said is that we're not going to sit around and think about our higher self. We're gonna become our higher self. But like, again, I don't know if I'm just missing something or there's something in my brain that can't understand this one piece. But how do I
already am the person that I want to be.
if I don't have the stuff and the business and the money and the that person already has? What does that look like? What does it actually look like to act as if? I want someone to tell me in plain English that I can understand because something is not computing in my brain. Okay, honestly, I think that's going to be it for today. We'll just leave it at those 4 videos. I just want to make it super clear that believing in yourself alone is not going to be the reason you're successful. Yes, work on your mindset. Work on rewriting those neural pathways, my friends. However, I want you to commit to actually taking action and to understanding that in order to build a business, you're actually going to have to work pretty hard at some point. If you have content you want me to react to here on the channel, you can submit it to the scam reaction content form linked in the description of all of my videos. Shout out to our channel VIP members before we hop off here, as well as Suzanne, Tom, and Harrison in the billionaire tier. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to leave you on screen here with a video discussing whether or not you should become a life coach. All right, take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!